Yes, so we were discussing, where my martial training began. I started at Lackland Air Force Base in 1981. I was fortunate enough to come across a Aikido instructor who was based there in Lackland. He was a third-degree black belt. He was a staff sergeant, Air Force staff sergeant. I had the opportunity to train with him for several months. I also witnessed the Air Force karate team, which was known as the Red Dragons. And I remember watching 100 or so men training in Tung Sudo in the gym. The style of Tung Sudo, which I then, when I got back to New York, I began training in Tung Sudo, was a system that was brought to the United States in 1974 by Wong Gi, who was probably best known as Chuck Norris's teacher. And I did mention earlier in the other interview that was also Pat Johnson's teacher, who was the person who did the Karate Kid. I did all the choreography for it. And if you watch the movies, the guy with the mustache with the real dark hair, he's the referee in the last fight at the tournament. They were just really good guys. And Pat Johnson and Chuck Norris were best friends. Trained, like I said, in the military, and was trained by Wong Gi and those guys. They were actually the first people to bring Tung Sudo back to the United States. Before that, most of the people that came to the United States with karate systems were Japanese systems and Okinawa systems, whatever. So they kind of introduced karate. I became an instructor here. I taught for my teacher for many years, and then got permission to open my own karate school in 1993. I opened the school in Red Hook, New York, and we've been here ever since. We're now based out of Bard College, which is a great facility. It's pretty much the run of it. Martial SMART program was a program that kind of developed here at Bard College. What happened, we have many students from different places around the world. They train in many different karate systems, many different types of martial arts. And so probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I started putting together, kind of working with some of the students and adults and people that came here to train, because we have such a different group of people, developing a program called Martial SMART. And I teach that program here, and it's actually developed into a seminar that I actually travel around and get the opportunity to teach, and it's a lot of fun. We get the opportunity to kind of wow people with moves that they've never seen before. And it's based on many different things. It's based on my own experience with my own instructors that I've had over the years in both jiu-jitsu and Aikido and karate and all the other martial arts I've been exposed to. And a group of friends that are all martial artists, and I've been able to glean information from them. And it's just a culmination of many different systems and many different styles. And it's done sequentially, so a student can train alone. They can work with a partner, but they don't have to have a partner. They can do the entire program in the air, which we like them to do, and it's a lot of fun to do. It's basically broken down into 3 separate sections. One is called Cross the Same as Cross. The second part is called Saying Hi. And the third is called Slipping the Back. And they're basically all based on very, very sound martial principles, and each broken down into segments and sequences that we ask the students to work on, and I work on it myself every day. So that's a lot of fun to do. And about 6 years ago, it was in Philadelphia. I was asked to go there for a gathering of other ambassadors. I went there, was enamored by the people. At that time, they were starting to expand out the Ambassador for Peace program around, it's through the UN, as you know, and they were expanding it out to teachers and people in kind of different professions. So, people that have some level of influence on other people. So to kind of, I felt to what they were doing, and I believe to this day, is to just grow the base of people that have a common goal, which is that we might, at some point, by some miracle on this planet, develop into a world of peaceful citizens, which I certainly hope happens. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime, but I'm going to do my part while I'm here to move that forward. I was very honored. I've found on several occasions, not just the interaction with other people that were in that program. There's a network there, so there's people that certainly I'm able to go to and speak to about issues that I might have. It's always good to have people in the UN you can talk to. But it was just a lot of fun to be involved in that program, and again, I was very, very honored. That's when I got my, it took 2 years for me to get my Ambassador for Peace certificate, which is a diploma, which is a pretty impressive looking diploma. I think I stared at it for about a year because it meant that much to me. So that's pretty much that.